Welcome to the ACEVEDO video store. Today is in our movie shopping video of the new year of 2022. I recently went to my favorite movie store and the dollar store throughout December and January, and I got some interesting stuff here on Blu-ray, DVDs, and 4K and all that. And now let's look into it from least to most and in alphabetical order. Without procrastination, let's begin. First is the 4K release, which has two Blu-ray discs, but I decided to do this first because one is like the only 4K thing I got. That is The Matrix Revolutions on 4K and Blu-ray. I do have the other Matrix films, but on VHS. And the reason I got this is because I was trying to watch them, like all the Matrix films, in order to watch Matrix Resurrections. I just recently got to see this last night, and it was like a really good movie and all that. So here's the back. I think the only new bonus features is on the 4K disc is quote-unquote a philosopher's commentary. I don't know why you need a philosopher's commentary for the Matrix films. Craig's commentary, okay. Written introduction by the Wachowskis. Oh, okay then. Anyways, but the Blu-rays does have a second disc with more special features and all that, which is pretty cool and all that. I thought that would be the only features there, just two audio commentaries and the Wachowskis saying, "Hey y'all," and a written message and all that. So yeah, I got to see all of them, and now I'm hoping to go see Matrix Resurrections before it gets out in theaters. The Matrix was released last month in theaters, the first one in 1999, as basically sort of a limited release in IMAX theaters. I missed that, unfortunately, but it would have been great to see in IMAX instead of my 4x3 VHS tape. So yeah, I recently saw this film and it's really good. To be honest, the first movie is great. Then the other two films are just good because it sort of gets weird by the second one. But it's great with some of the action scenes in the highway. And the third one is also pretty great as well with some of these fight scenes as well. And this one didn't got too weird as the last one, which is good. So yeah. Next is the DVDs. I got this today from my favorite movie store, and that is Baby's Kids on DVD from 1992 in the widescreen Paramount Collection DVD. The reason I got this is because I want to review this movie, which has its anniversary is coming up, 1992 and all that. This is 2022. The first I heard of this film was from the Nostalgia Critic review of the video game Super Nintendo, because he had to do it due to the fact that both the angry video game nerd and him were having a feud with each other and all that. And they basically made this deal. Basically, the nerd has to review a bad movie, which will be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, while the critic has to review a bad game, which is Baby's Kids on Super Nintendo. I heard this movie was decent, but not good or sort of type of thing, so I wonder what it's going to be. It's a PG-13 animated film, so I wonder what kind of stuff they had to hear that was considered for the 90s not to be PG. Next is the reason why I took the second movie trip, is for this particular DVD release that I so wanted when I skipped it over last time. That is Female Convict Scorpion Jailhouse 41. That's a very long title there, and the reason I got that was because last time I saw this, earlier this month when I went to my first trip at the movie store, and I was like, oh, this looks like an interesting movie, I wonder what it is. But I didn't pick it up because I didn't have money and all that, because I had a certain budget. And when I searched it up later on that day, I found out that this movie is out of print and goes for 40 to $60 on eBay, and it was $13 when I saw it. So 2 weeks later, I picked this up, and now I finally got it, which is really great. The only bonus feature of Godzilla includes theatrical trailer, but here's something cool. It's one of those snap covers here, but when you open it, first it's the DVD in the scene selection. A little bit more, and it's in written essay, which is pretty cool. So yeah, this will be interesting to see what film this is and got out of print. Anyways, next is from the dollar store that I went to last month in December, and that is the documentary Power of Grayskull, the definitive history of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. So I got this is because I actually saw the documentary on Netflix when it was up there for a while, and it was really interesting to watch. So yeah, if you want to watch want to learn about He-Man's history, I suggest this documentary. And all that. Or you could get the DVD release like I did on the dollar store, which is pretty great. I actually got this from the dollar store. So yeah, next is the film Anchorman, starring Will Ferrell, The Legend of Ron Burgundy. The reason I got this is because I heard pretty great things about this, like it's a really funny movie and all that. And also I got really more introduced from the YMS video, Hot Tub Cinema, which I will link in the description because it's a really funny video. But basically, Hot Tub Cinema is essentially, you go to this venue, you sit in a hot tub and watch a movie. And it's sort of funny how YMS like talks about like the whole thing that how he experienced watching Anchorman, and then kind of complained that none of the screenings had Hot Tub Time Machine. It's probably amazing to watch Hot Tub Time Machine in a hot tub and all that, but then again I heard that you can't be in a hot tub too long and all that, and according to him the hot water was like lukewarm sort of type of way. So yeah, it's great I actually got this Blu-ray and all that. And this was from the dollar store trip, which was pretty surprising because usually dollar store movies are decent or just workout videos. Like I remember like when dollar stores started like basically selling DVDs, they usually just be like the same things. Like it would just be stacks of the same thing and all that, like workout DVDs and all that, or like some like a generic action movie. And recently dollar store has been getting better with their like selections of films, which is the Anchorman on Blu-ray, which is pretty cool to now actually have this. And I bought it for $1. So I hope this is a good movie and all that. I heard many good things. So next Blu-ray release I have is from earlier this month of the movie store trip is Pulp Fiction on Blu-ray. Yes, I actually finally got to own Pulp Fiction on Blu-ray, which I later sort of regretted because I found out that Pulp Fiction is later this year is going to get like a 4K Blu-ray release. So I was like, great, I bought the Blu-ray release. Now I have to go buy the 4K release. Unless the 4K release is sort of terrible. Then again, probably wouldn't. It's going to be cool to see this film in HD. Of course, I do have the widescreen version on VHS, but I think Blu-ray is going to look 10 times a bit more better. Okay, so yeah, it's kind of cool to actually have this on Blu-ray. The next Blu-ray release is from the dollar store, Hugo, directed by Martin Scorsese, and the reason I got this is because I really love watching this film. I mentioned in my 2019 Q&A video that I really enjoyed watching this movie because it got me really introduced like to like the process of filmmaking, and also got me to like pursue like filmmaking itself. That movie got really into me in film, like the way how they make silent films and all of that. Like if they film a underwater scene, they just have a big fish taken from the camera and drop lobsters above. I was like, wow. And a studio made out of glass. I was like, wow. Yeah, it's been one of my favorite films to watch again, and that's what really got me into film. The movie Hugo itself. So yeah, it's great to actually have a virtual release because I think I mentioned before that my mom bought me like the way I saw this film was that my mom bought me a DVD flea market bootleg of it, and the bootleg was decent. So now I have an official Blu-ray release from the dollar store. The next films, actually, this is actually quite surprising. It's from the movie store today and all that. It's the Toho Godzilla collection on Blu-ray with Godzilla Tokyo SOS and Godzilla Final Wars. So yes, the reason I got this is because I really like the Godzilla films. Of course, if you've seen my videos before, but also I have these on DVD. But for a while I've been thinking of upgrading on Blu-ray. And when I went to the store today, they actually had like 3 of these sets up there, like $10 each, which is the same price I got here, of the Godzilla films on Blu-ray, specifically the Heisei, the Millennium era of Godzilla films, and also a bit of the Heisei era. And it also saves space because look how thin this is compared to the DVDs. I actually can have more room for the DVDs and also upgrade my stuff to Blu-ray. So yeah, that's why I got this, and it's pretty cool. They also have like 2 other sets as well. That is all the DVD, Blu-ray releases, and 4K release I got, like these past 2 months and all that. And this is a pretty cool stuff I got, like Matrix Revolution. And now I'm going to watch the new Matrix films, Baby's Kids, what's that point talk about, an outprinted movie, and a new Godzilla Blu-rays that I recently got. In any case, so that's all the video. Have a nice day, and later on come back to our video store.